My girlfriend, by the way. Literally, who the are you? How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Easy Peasy. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/Quityourbulls. Funny, I've never once worn a mask. I don't social distance, and I'm out in public every day. I've never gotten sick. Not funny. Here's that comment from 3 days ago where you admit to getting sick and possibly infecting hundreds of others. Wow. 1 out of 5 stars. Really bad. I beat the game. It is so glitchy, bad graphics, lousy voicing. No, I do not recommend this product. You couldn't have beaten the game. It's not even released. It's like when people say, terrible movie, before it's even out. Like, dude, you just saw the trailer. There are 0 shows from the previous Cartoon Network generations that provoke as much thought as the newer shows today. 1. Batman the Animated Series. Prisoners shouldn't be dehumanized. 2. Clone Wars. People can change, but nobody deserves forgiveness. 3. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Victims of abuse can be abusers. Old shows more or less did everything you praise the new shows for, lol. My aunt used to be a model back in the 80s in Italy. Thought you guys would like this pic of her. That's Pontiac girl Natalie Carroll. She's not an Italian model. She worked at the Willow Run assembly plant, and this was not photographed in Italy. If you're going to lie about something like this, don't pick one of the most iconic figures in 80s advertising in one of the most iconic ads of the 80s. Stan Lee was a bigot. He said Peter Parker could never be gay, so stop with this Stan Lee worshipping. He's not only refused to make Spider-Man queer, he also stated that Spider-Man should never be gay. If you continue to idolize him, then you are just as bad. He said Peter Parker shouldn't be gay because the character wasn't written with the intention to be queer. There is more to LGBTQ plus inclusion than just queer watching already established non-queer characters. And also, Peter Parker isn't the only Spider-Man. Stan Lee created X-Men to show how we shouldn't discriminate or be afraid of people just because they are different. That's whom you are trying to paint as a bigot. Sit your dumb ass down. Rural China? Rural America. Rural America is a truck stop by a major highway? The temperature in those stores is atrocious. There is no air circulation whatsoever. No way in hell anybody can be in there with a mask on. Funny, I'm an old lady with asthma and I can wear one in stores with no problem. Yeah, it gets a little hot sometimes, but I would rather be a little uncomfortable than end up with a tube shoved down my throat or make another sick. Funny how a short old woman can wear a mask and leave her home without a gun, but big strong men cry about having to wear one and need a gun to go to Subway. Nebulized hydrogen peroxide therapy is an inexpensive and a simple way to treat most viral respiratory illnesses. All you need is a nebulizer with a face mask that covers your mouth and nose and common household hydrogen peroxide, available at most grocery stores and pharmacies. I will report you for endangering public health. H2O2 vapor will destroy lung tissue. 1 out of 5. Bartender is very rude and music is terrible. Manager told me to leave after I explained I could not wear a mask due to a health condition. Response from the owner: health conditions? I am so sorry. The manager you spoke to, he's my barback. The bartender you spoke to, she is my manager. Gender roles, I know, confusing, right? My manager has lung cancer and works 12-hour shifts with a mask on. I'm pretty sure you can handle wearing a mask for the 3 minutes while you were standing to get your drink. I mean, it is a state mandate and all. Mind your P's and Q's, wear a mask, and have a delightful evening. Medical lab tech Katie Corley coughed on 2 Petri dishes, one while wearing a mask and one without a mask, from her public Facebook post. This proves that bacteria will grow on the masks and then we breathe it in. Thanks for providing a reason to not wear masks. You'd be breathing your own normal flora, sweetheart. Besides, you'd be limiting the spread of said normal flora along with whatever foreign pathogens are in your respiratory system. If your mask is disposable, toss it at the end of the day. If not, wash it. Problem solved. I want to buy Game Boy Advance plus Pokemon Leaf Green. You still available? Yes, it's still available. Can I send the code to you? Code? This code is prove you are real. Can I send the code to you? Sounds like you're going to use my phone number to try and get access to my account. In fact, I've seen this exact thing on Reddit where somebody was looking for a cat. Okay, check your phone inbox message and send me the 6-digit code. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to post this for like 5 karma. You are a bot. If I was a bot, how would I be able to send live pickin' videos, lol? You are a bot. If I was a bot, how would I be able to send live pickin' videos, lol? You are a bot. If I was a bot, how would I be able to send... My cousin got married recently, and I think it's safe to say they're pretty photogenic. Your cousin did get married recently. This is 2 of my very dear friends, and they got married around 3 or 4 years ago. Stop stealing people's photos for karma, for sake. Edit. I don't want to post their socials as I'm waiting for her to respond to my message, but there's a screen grab around a week after the wedding. Peep the date. It's even older than I remember. The Bible teaches the same. Give the man a fish, he'll starve. Teach him to fish, he'll survive forever. Perhaps you missed that lesson in Sunday school. Just saying. Maybe it was you who missed that day because that parable is nowhere in the Bible. I understand just fine. I recommend you spend some time in meteorology and climatology classrooms. I do, as the professor. Maybe you should take one of my classes sometime. I'll teach you all about the Dust Bowl, fire, vegetation, drought about relationships and how CSIRO predicted increased bushfire risk in Australia due to anthropogenic warming over a decade ago. Caitlyn Jenner shuts Ricky Gervais down in intense running after his gags about her. This is absolutely false. She was lovely and gracious. She said she loved my Golden Globes monologue, and I said I loved her stint and I'm a celebrity. And that was it. No snubbing, no awkwardness, no rudeness. You gotta love when news outlets just, they hear a rumor and then they're like, oh, we gotta get that out there. And then they get shut down by the actual people they're talking about. My 4G on iPhone 11 is good enough. 4G goes up to around 100 megabytes per second. It also says you're connected to your Wi-Fi in the top right, you donut. I worked for them. I was treated like crap. I was an employee there and they were amazing bosses, and I remember that you used to come to work high as and tell the customers you were high. I don't blame them for firing you. Don't be a sore loser. The filming of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will begin on February 1st, 2021 in Atlanta. It's official. And James Gunn comes in. It's not. This has never been true, and I don't know where people are getting this. I love this so much. It might have something to do with that old video clip of Bill Gates saying, if we do a really good job with vaccines, we can lower the population by 10 to 15%. They've scrubbled it from a lot of places now that he is leading the COVID-19 vaccine research. When child mortality rates drop, people have less children. Over time, this leads to a decrease in population growth. Dude isn't plotting genocide. He's pointing out that if people are healthier, they don't need to have a ton of kids just in case. Before, after. Wow, it even brightened his skin. Defund the USPS. I don't need my tax dollars being used to fund such a poorly run service. Private carriers are more than enough, and it's not like USPS is significantly cheaper or anything. USPS made $77 billion this year. We don't use your tax dollars. To the contrary, it's 600,000 employees' paychecks are taxed from USPS revenue, thereby contributing to government funding. Also, private carriers are not more than enough. UPS, FedEx, and Amazon pay us to deliver packages that either aren't profitable for them or that they can't handle. We also rely on them for logistics. Having an everyday government entity in congruence with our private partners really works out well for everyone. A new TikTok challenge involves teens recording themselves sliding a penny behind a phone charger that is partially plugged into an electrical outlet. This is not a new viral challenge. This is something like 2 kids in Massachusetts did, and now every local news site is trying to make it seem like it's some big thing. Because as we all know, technology bad, kids stupid. I literally live on minimum wage. I'm doing just fine. I don't get why people think you can. How much, if I may ask, and how many hours a week do you work? How much what? I work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday to Friday, so that's 72 hours a week. Getting paid $8.25, I make about $600 a week. Unfortunately, though, my boss told me that since the minimum wage is raising, he can no longer afford to employ me, so in a little while I will be making $0 a week. Thank you, Democrats, for raising the minimum wage. SMH. Weird. In this post, you run a black community center, but in this post, you own a finance firm, and in this one here, it says you're a capitalist. Oh, and one more here says you're a college student. It's hard to imagine you have time to make up stories on the internet when you're so gosh darn busy. Looters swipe $2.4 million worth of watches from Soho Rolex store. The store spokesman said no watches of any kind were stolen, as there weren't any on display in the store. They were simply windows broken and some vitrines smashed. Can we all admit that the pandemic is over now? Like, at least give us that as you peddle the rest of this nonsense. Yesterday, the US broke 100,000 daily cases for the first time ever. 107,872, up more than 50% from 2 weeks ago. 1,616 people died in one day. More Americans died of COVID this week than were killed on 9/11, which raises the question, Dave, what the is wrong with you? Fun fact, the creator of Siren Head doesn't like the fact that people make games, mods, and stories out of his creation. Also, most of them didn't even ask of his approval. I love when people make games, mods, and stories. It's just nice when they credit me. Slipknot's V-Man went into mad panic after his identity was discovered. Actually didn't. Have a wonderful day. I could read these all day. I've been battling cancer for 4 years, and last month, I tested positive for COVID-19. Today, I'm officially cancer-free and no longer have the coronavirus. This is a photo of Dur Coomer, meme guy Jman079, not someone battling cancer or corona. If Bill Gates stops his business and starts spending his money by $10 million per day, he will need 735 years to spend it. His net worth is $85.60 billion as of 2017. If he spends $10 million per day, then he would be spending $1 billion in 100 days. So he would spend 85.60 in 8,560 days, which roughly equates to 23.7 years. Sorry, sir, you just lied. One of my Twitch subs bought me a hot tub. Please, 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 please tell me this is fake. It is. Faked it for likes and shares. My teacher's filing cabinet. Top secret. Alcohol. Porn. Bottom secret. Nope. Stolen post. RIP. I'm 25 and my girlfriend is 16. We're both Catholic and no sex till marriage. So much for a file. That's called grooming, you idiot. You, a grown-ass man, are grooming a 16-year-old young girl who is just barely learning how to drive and most likely hasn't even experienced a job yet. She can't even vote or legally drink, for sake. She's not an adult, she's a baby. You're disgusting. Black Lives Matter activists are now climbing onto people's homes in Rochester. Just FYI, since I took this video, this is a blatant lie. These people lived in the house and came out to show support. File a DMCA takedown of Shung. He does this constantly and only has an account because people don't file complaints. I think I will. I'm an actual journalist, and it's one thing for people to steal my work, and a different thing entirely for people to steal to promote false rhetoric. I have no clue who this dude is, but apparently he's a well-known goober. For those making spurious arguments about race representation in Star Wars right now, there's a great chapter in Adelifu Nama's book Black Space about how the franchise exploits James Earl Jones' blackness to render Vader more terrifying to white audiences. Read it. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. He was cast for his intimidating voice. Vader's black armor represents his classic Black Knight image. Few people at the time of release even knew the VA was black. That's an insanely stupid argument to make. Greta Thunberg tells Davos 2020, we have 8 years to save the climate. Quote, richer countries need to get down to zero emissions much faster and then help poorer countries do the same. End quote. I have never said anything like this, nor will I ever say it. It's never too late to do as much as we can. Every fraction of a degree matters. There are of course no magical dates or saving the world. I am only quoting the SR15 IPCC report on remaining CO2 budgets. The beauty of Ireland. These kids are Dutch and this was shot for Vogue. The last image I have of my grandpa is a cozy one. He passed away after New Year's. It's my grandpa. OP stole my pic. He's alive and well. Jesus Christ, man. This Sudanese model, Nayakim Gatwek, entered the Guinness Book of World Records for having the darkest skin tone in the world. She's absolutely stunning. Wow. Hi, this is not true as skin tone is not something we monitor. My wife is a nurse and we live in a red state. She feels that wearing a mask significantly reduces the spread of the virus. I went to Sam's Club tonight with a face covering and was able to buy everything on my list. Weird how little it impacted my ability to shop. I am a nurse and I disagree, so not all nurses and doctors share that opinion. I'm sure you have a medical license, Lamau. Divine intervention, DNA healing, crystal healing, life coaching, light language, sacred geometry. Hashtag energy. N'Golo Kante, 2009, from Garbage Collector, 2018 to World Cup winner. This post is simply fake. N'Golo Kante did collect garbage in Paris slums to make some extra money when he was young, but that picture on the left is simply not him. He's born in Paris and sugarcane is not garbage. And there's no World Cup in 2019 either. This post is simply fake. Welcome to Reddit. This is a color photo. No, it's not. Swans have orange beaks and mallards are green, purple-blue with yellow beaks. Not to mention, humans don't have gray hands. Single Maya Jama leaves Radio 1 with Tinder's most right-swiped man. Surely there's laws against this? This is pathetic. You photoshopped me leaving my job today at Radio 1 along with a random person leaving separately? How is that allowed? Jeez. Breaking news. Video game players are urged to play at reasonable times to avoid putting an extra strain on the internet networks during the coronavirus outbreak. Online gaming is the biggest threat to internet bandwidth these next few weeks. No. Video games use around 50 to 75 megabytes per hour. Streaming on Netflix uses around 3 gigabytes per hour for HD video. To put that into perspective, Netflix uses more than 30 times the data that video gaming uses. National anthem should be changed to John Lennon's Imagine, activists say. Literally one dude suggested this. I'm 45, a father of 2 girls, 9 and 12. I have a wife, 42, and we're a nudist family. Ask me anything. Bro, you own a time machine or something? You were 21 just 16 days ago. There's a gaming chair company called ITEY. They photoshopped a photo of me sitting in a TLD Today video and used it as an ad for years. Never seen their chair in my life. I don't care if the chair is great. This is trashy. Don't buy their stupid chair. Welcome to Glasgow, where a global pandemic hits and still nobody will touch anything vegan. Lol, that pig isn't from Scotland. Indeed, Tin Eye says it's from Hurricane Harvey in Houston 2017. This just in, white supremacists are here, and they're from out of state and will be dressed in all black with red bandanas around their arms or red and white laces in their boots to blend in, to identify themselves to one another. Word on the street is they're looking to surprise our people. Pay attention to your surroundings. They are here. Uh-oh, that's definitely me in the picture. At a peaceful protest I was at hours ago, with a bag full of medical gear and snacks. Defaced Lincoln Memorial, a man who helped abolish slavery. I took this an hour ago. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to do anything to that statue. Here's a game of spot the difference. 1. Daily Mail's pic of me and my dad. 2. The actual picture. Socially distant, no physical contact, and was bringing them food. Been a long month of no contact. My mom worked for the NHS her whole career, so she was ruthless about distance. Thanks. Nigeria is 99.9% ethnic Nigerians, and that is the most successful country in the continent. Homogeneous countries are almost always successful. No such thing as ethnic Nigerians. Nigerian is a nationality. There are over 200 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Put son's PS4 controllers in the oven last night to hide them so he'd go to bed. Didn't tell the wife, who then put on the oven this morning. How did she manage to do it last night when this image has been online for the last 2 days? Not long before Rowling was published, women authors were unheard of. Now your generation gets to take us further than any generation ever could because we aren't living your lives, but at least acknowledge that we laid the groundwork for you to take us on to the next step. Women authors were unheard of. The Tale of Genji, considered the first novel ever, was written 1,000 years ago in Japan. The author was a woman. 1 out of 5 stars. Docked our boat to have lunch. The staff treated us with the worst respect that I've ever encountered in all my life. I'm a local for over 25 years and will tell everyone that I know of this experience in Horry, Georgetown County. Response from the owner: Mr. Taylor, if you are a local, then you know there is a mask ordinance in effect in restaurants. We tried to be cordial, but your girlfriend/wife kept pushing through the door anyway. We are not going to risk our patrons or our restaurant for someone who feels they are above the law. Tell your friends, but tell them the real story. Found a picture of me with my dog from 15 years ago, so I recreated it. No, you didn't. You repost and outed. I'm pissed off. Reddit has permanently banned me from so many subreddits that I'm starting to hate Reddit. I'm sick of trying to add to the content. Why were you banned so much? A lot of talking about Jesus and forcing stuff on other subs. No, I wasn't. We can see your posts, idiot. Whew. And well, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have reached the end of r/quityourbullshit. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time Easy Peasy uploads. And if you want to hear more of me, my personal channel, Zach X Fuller, is linked in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.